Year 9 Season 4 is coming to Rainbow Six Siege. Get hyped, everyone, because we're going to talk about every single thing to expect in Year 9 Season 4, plus have epic gameplay to go alongside it. There's a lot to go through here. We got a shield nerf, we got Ying changes, we got sense changes, Thunderbird changes, secret flashbang changes, and of course the Blackbeard rework. We got console to PC crossplay coming, and we're going to break down all of this, as well as even more stuff coming in Year 9 Season 4. Firstly, let's go over the console to PC crossplay. So console players can now opt to queue into the PC matchmaking pool. PC players cannot play on console, however. This is a one-way street. So if you're on console, you can switch it and enter the PC matchmaking pool. You can play with your PC friends. You just have to play against other PC players. Also, M&K Mousetrap players who are playing on console will be forced into the PC pool if they continue to use M&K on console. So that's pretty awesome. Great. Fantastic. They're going to get absolutely dumped on. Perfect. The PC rank for console players is going to be separate from their console rank. So if you're a champion console player and you go and play on PC, you are not champion right off the bat. You will enter a separate rank system, so you can have your PC rank and your console rank all from playing on your console, which is kind of cool. The other thing about getting mousetrapped is if you get mousetrapped 3 times, you are put in that PC pool for 90 days or 100 matches, whichever comes first. So you are stuck on PC for quite a while if you get caught. They are also bringing cheat match cancellation this season, which means if there's a cheater detected in your game, it will just ban them and instantly cancel the game, so you don't have to wait through that game with a cheater in it, which is absolutely beautiful. Text chat is also getting a moderation update, so it'll automatically flag your message if it might be inappropriate. If it's super inappropriate and the system recognizes that it is, it just won't send your message, and you can possibly get chat banned as well. We also got a sick new MRO Lead, which I unfortunately don't have any footage for, but it is very sick. Trust me, it's like Mafia Maestro. Very epic. Hype to see that one coming too. One of the biggest changes to the rank system this season is the matchmaking improvements that they're doing to ranked. Firstly, we have the Phantom Player. Basically how the game works without Phantom Player is it takes the average MMR of your squad and finds another similar squad and it matches you guys together. But now with the Phantom Player, what it does is it adds an extra value to your team average based on whether you're 5-stacked or you're 4-stacked or you're solo queue. So if you're solo queue, you don't have any difference in MMR, but if you're 5-stack, it's going to put a little bit of penalty on you, so you play a little bit of a harder team because the 5-stack team also has an advantage, obviously. Also, it will calculate it based off the spread of your team. So if you're a champion playing with a copper, it's going to weight it a lot more, and it's going to make it harder to find a game. So basically, if you're playing with a bunch of different ranks, if you're playing with coppers, you are going to get harder games than you would have before, is the moral of the story. The Phantom Player, I think it's a great introduction to just make games more fair. They are also coming out with team rebalancing. So when you solo queue, let's say you have 10 solo queue players in a lobby, right now what it's doing is it's just filling up the lobby, and it's not evaluating the balance of the teams before the game actually starts. Now what it will do, it will look at both teams and switch the teams around in order to make them as fair as possible. So your matches should seem more fair. You should see less of 5 golds playing against 5 champs type of thing and all these screwy matches that you might have had. So I think this is awesome. Fantastic work by the dev team here, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Now, let's get into the operators, the things that really matter here. We got first and foremost the biggest change of the season. Before you start freaking out about a 4th shield, we got a shield nerf. Yes, it's awesome. This is one of the best shield changes we've ever seen. I think it's absolutely perfect, and here's how it works. Guard breaks now stack. You can melee that shield over and over and over and over, plus that shield no longer has melee priority. So it's a lot easier to melee a shield, and if you get that Monty in a corner, you can knife him an infinite amount of times, and it will stack and swing his shield more and more the more you melee him. So you can actually kill a Monty standing in a corner now, which is sick. The suppressive fire feature to slow down a shield is halved now. It takes half the amount of bullets, half the amount of damage. So shooting at a shield that's pursuing you is actually much more effective now, and you can slow them down in order to retreat. And if you didn't see it already, the shield bash damage is now 0. So it did 65 damage when you melee a shield before, but now it just knocks over the player. What does this mean? Well, it means they can't just bash bash you over and over to kill you. And if they do bash you over and over, you can actually fight back. Unless it's 2 shields like you saw in that other clip, that's not going to work. Overall, it's a lot easier to actually survive against a shield. It gives you the opportunity to fight back, and you're not completely screwed going up against these shields, but they are still good and they are still effective at taking space, taking control, and just getting active. So I think the shield nerf overall very good. Shields are much more balanced, but they're still strong and they're still solid picks. Then we've got Ying. Ying's change is very small. It's just the fact that when she charges her Candela up all the way, it will roll for a short duration before popping out the flashes. Whereas before, it was instant. It'd hit the ground, it'd start flashing. Now you actually have a chance to react as a defender. It's a very small change. You still have to be very precise to shoot it, but it's a nice little quality of life change. Doesn't change too much in my opinion. However, the sense changes are nuts because sense is about to be crazy good. Basically, what you can do now is toggle the walls on and off. So you can toggle it off the start, throw down all your walls, and activate them all at the same time. Now, they still have the timer as it did before, so once you activate that wall, it only has the duration of a regular sense wall. However, you can turn it off and on. So when it's off, the duration doesn't go down. When it's on, it does. So you only have that certain amount of time with the wall actually up. But this is super, super cool because the defenders can't shoot the wall. Like once the wall is down, they can't shoot the little bulbs. They have to actually impact it or use explosives to break it. So they can't break it while it's off still, but they have to sacrifice their explosives and they can make plays around it. But this is just so cool because now you can set up your own sense plays. You can go place a wall somewhere, rotate somewhere else, and then you pop that wall up to actually use it for whatever push you want to do. You don't have to just use it for someone else. And the biggest change of all about this is that Warden can't see through it. The same with Glass, but BPs like bulletproof cameras, maestro cams, they can't see through the wall either. So they're now actually distinct from smoke grenades, making them their own thing. Sense is going to be very good, and I'm very excited to do some insane sense strats. So make sure you subscribe so that you can see the epic gameplay unfold throughout the season. Then we have the Thunderbird changes, and they didn't actually talk about this in the reveal, but Thunderbird now heals you all the way back to full health. You get that stim, you get 20 HP, and you get a passive heal that takes you all the way back up to full health. This is a very, very nice change. It brings Thunderbird back up to a level where she's actually good. I still think Doc is very, very strong. I'll probably pick Doc more often, but if you want to play aggressive as a defender and you want to still have those heals if you do die, then Thunderbird's a nice way to do it. It's fun to kind of take her on a roam, have one in your pocket heal your teammates. It's very effective and she is very fun. But remember, the other team, the enemy team, can still come in and get those stims if you lose sight control. So it's important to get rid of them if you need to, and it adds this kind of diversity to her loadout. She also got a secondary shotgun out of nowhere, so that's crazy. So you can run the secondary shotgun with the spear, or you can run that primary shotgun bearing 9 combo, which is a lot of fun still. She's great. She's great. I think this is an excellent change. She was basically completely garbage, and now she's actually useful. Then we have the Blackbeard rework, but before we talk about this, we got to talk about one more thing, which I forgot to mention, is the mastery badges. Now you have something to grind towards. This is the start of what I hope to be a future of grindability within the game. They have 22 mastery badges on release here in Year 9 Season 4. Things like getting assists, getting kills, blah, blah, blah. These are just a lot of fun. Like, this is something that you can actually work towards in the game. I think it'll bring a grindability to the game that is much needed. You can level them up. So it starts with like get 1 assist, then it might be get 10, get 25, that kind of thing. So the mastery badges, you can show them off. You equip it to your player card, and yeah, that's going to be nice. I think this is a great element that the game needed. Okay, Blackbeard rework. That's what we came here to see. Very, very crazy. So Blackbeard, yes, is now a shield operator, the 4th shield attacker. So basically, Blackbeard has a glass window above his shield that retracts and deploys. It retracts and he can place his AR, his gun, his rifle over top of the shield and shoot people with it. That's right, you can have a gun and a shield at the same time. Absolutely crazy. So it's very game changing. And on top of it, you can jet dash through walls for some reason. So you can Blackbeard's filling this role of like this entry space maker operator, but he's not super broken because of the shield nerf. If shields were not nerfed this season, this would be the worst change of all time, hands down. But because they are, he is so effective and so good, and I actually love this change. He's not super OP, but he's still strong. He'll be a lot of fun, and I highly recommend trying him out when you get the opportunity to. When you're reloading with him, the shield does go to the side, so he's not safe on reloads like the shield operators who can reload behind their shield. However, he can still throw deployable gadgets like the grenades from behind the shield. He can even play it on the rappel, so you're bringing back that old school rappel style with Blackbeard, which is something that kind of is just like part of Blackbeard's history and it's part of who he is as an operator. So I'm really glad they kept that. But again, you still have to detract the shield, which takes time while you're ADSing. If there's somebody already looking at you when you try to ADS, you are 100% losing that gunfight. And I think it's really a nice rounded operator that is going to be a lot of fun and not super annoying. Shields are no longer going to be the most oppressive thing in the game. They'll be fun to play and fun to play against, and I think that's exactly what Rainbow Six Siege needed to bring. So good luck in the new season. Stay tuned for more Year 9 Season 4 content to come. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.